Welcome to the Coffee Kids and Crazy podcast, a show about creating heart-to-heart connection with your kids. Your podcast hosts, Brittany, Serpal, and Seth Dahl, are here to answer your biggest parenting questions so that you can become a powerful parent. So get ready for breakthrough as I welcome your hosts, Brittany and Seth.
All right. Well, we're back. Coffee Kids and Crazy.
Coffee Kids and Crazy.
Having fun, talking about stuff.
Yep.
Which this episode is really all about what you guys wanted. You were talking, we did a poll a little while ago and came up with some top struggles.
Yep. The top 3 power struggles in the home.
Which this was the common theme. So I'm sure whether you agree or not, if it's the top one in your home, but that's the one we heard the loudest with these 3.
Yeah.
But before we jump into that, we have to do our meme.
We have to do our meme.
Our meme that is...
Which is definitely a meme about a power struggle that parents have.
Yes.
But not the power struggle you may be thinking. Here's what it says. When the neighbor is trying to make small talk while you're wrestling your feral toddler into their car seat. And then it's Mark Wahlberg yelling, "It's a bad time, Bob." Just a beautiful...
It's quite a...
Do not try to make small talk while I'm putting the child in the car seat.
I mean, did you ever struggle with their ability to art? They become like a Hulk in the car seat.
Well, here's what I noticed. Getting my children in the car seat is one power struggle. Putting the car seat in is also a power struggle. Have you noticed the car seat's ability to not click the belts in where they're supposed to?
I'm always feeling like it's gold I'm searching for in the crevice of the seat.
I know. Car seats.
Yeah. That's why they make the base for the little one.
So you can just pop it out and go,
out.
Genius.
So great.
Those people they deserve millions of dollars for that invention.
I remember trying to push on their hip, upper leg area, trying
to get the hinge. You got to get the hinge
down.
There.
So they will just sit their butt, but they have this ability. They're in their shoulders and their neck to just arch that back, and you are not at all. This is why we offer choices.
This is why.
This is a great insert choice here.
Insert choice here.
Yep. I that was always, when that started to happen, I was ready with my choice for sure. But that's a big power struggle that a lot of people...
This is how you discover what choices, where you need choices more and what choices to come into. Is you have these power struggles and you're like, this is horrible. This is not working. I pushed on your hips forever.
Oh,
your neck is all
wrestling
ripped. You have seatbelt burns from trying from you fighting so much.
That or the parents have veins popping out of their own necks as they're so frustrated.
Those moments where you go, I need to take a step back while I'm calm, figure out what choices I can introduce, what consequences I could have ready for these choices, and bring them in so that I don't have the neck vein pop out anymore.
Well, and this is I love the feral toddler because it does... If they get out, if they escape, they do feel like they're feral running in the back seat of the car as you run from one side of the car door to the other.
One time my daughter, which we're going to get into this at some point, my daughter she learned to get out of the car seat while we're driving.
Oh, yes, I had one of those.
And she rolled down the window on the freeway. And she's trying to climb out the window. And I said, babe, if you do that again, that is a spanking.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into spanking very soon. But I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Like, you have learned that's when we got real. Well, I locked the windows then.
Yeah.
But I didn't lock the windows before because she couldn't reach the thing because she was strapped in.
She was still,
but when she was unstrapped, she could reach the button, and out she was trying to climb at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. Those are the moments that make you turn white.
Yeah.
Sheer panic of...
About lost it there for sure.
So we'll dive into our top three power struggles. I think the power struggle is when you start to feel powerless. You start to feel that rage. You start to feel that...
out of control.
That impatient where you start repeating the same thing. A lot of counting. This is where a lot of counting comes into play.
One.
And you start to negotiate. Often that's another sign of struggle is when my need for control is is worth any cost, which you start to step into the land of punishment.
Yeah.
So being aware of how power struggles present themselves,
Mhm.
and I don't know what your personal power struggle might be, but these are the ones that were pretty common, and I think a lot of people can relate to them no matter what age, really. I think there's different struggles in each age
Mhm.
group for them.
So speaking of punishment and negotiating with kids, I was in gymnastics the other day. My son does gymnastics, and in the little kids class, it's like mommy and me or daddy and me. So
The
mom's in there.
tumbler type of.
And I literally heard this mom sort of negotiating, more threatening. She's going, if you don't stop, we're leaving. And I heard her say it like 4 or 5 times, and she never left.
You're leaving when the class is over?
I did step out and film a quick video about it for my Facebook group so I could talk about, if you're going to present consequences, you want to make sure you're willing to follow through on them. Otherwise, they're empty threats, and you're actually destroying your children's trust in you because they don't believe a word you say because you used a consequence that you're not willing to follow through on, or you just threw something out there that's really big, that's way bigger than what it deserves, and you know you're not going to do it, but you have no negotiation. You're just trying to force. You're in the power struggle, so you're throwing out everything you possibly can, trying to regain control, regain power, and you have nothing, and you don't follow through on it, and you become more powerless. They have no trust in you, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna step out and film a video and post this to my group.
Thank you for some content.
Yeah, thank you for giving me great content. Like, please. So power struggles.
So we don't want you to do that. So
don't
we're
do
going to
that.
talk through.
Don't do that.
The top one.
We're going to talk about the top 3. The first one is homework. Was power struggle number 1 from parents.
Yep.
Now, me and Lauren actually decided that, we looked at a few schools when we first moved to Texas, and we there's one school that has lots and lots of homework, great education, lots of homework. And we asked the question, do we want this type of school to alter our relationship with our children? Because if they come home with tons of homework, pretty soon our relationship with our kids is strictly teacher trying to get the kids to do homework they didn't get done in school, or the school assigned them. I said, I don't actually want that. So we chose a school that gives 0 homework.
Nice.
As well. Right now they're homeschooling, so I'm in charge of homework. But homework's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Because kids are coming home, they've already had a long day or a long week. They've got to get this done before the next week. They've got stuff. There's pressure all around it. So I can see how this one would become a huge power struggle. But you have a great story.
Yeah.
About your.
Well, Delaney was 6th grade.
6th grade.
With this one. And I again, it varies in the ages they are. Adeline's had her own power struggles around homework. For her, it's more not feeling smart enough and feeling defeated before she even can begin. So she gets this mindset, which gets us stuck.
Yeah.
Other kids, it's
August has had that a bit too.
Okay, so that's one thing I see in my kids. Another one is distraction. Like, I just don't want to do it.
August has that as well.
I think it's pretty
he has
common.
800 things to do when it's time to do
all
school.
the fun things.
Yeah.
So distraction is a real one. Not feeling like enough or capable, which can form and morph into disrespect. So paying attention to the underline would be my first clue right here. You need to be paying attention to what is the struggle.
What's the real struggle?
Yeah, and so you can identify how you're going to approach it and consequences, and maybe it's a connect moment you need rather than a consequence.
Yep.
So I'll just set that out there first, because I don't know what your power struggle within homework looks like.
Or homeschool.
Yeah.
In the context of
it's schoolwork.
The current state of the world right now, and a lot of families that are probably listening to this. Potentially homeschool is what you're dealing with, not necessarily homework.
But same type of thing. So looking at that objectively, what's going on. So for Lainey, 6th grade, she had some kind of project, some math, or not math, a map like thing to do, filling it out, tedious work. It wasn't necessarily hard. It just lots of referencing things. So wanting help to do that. I get it. I would too. And I said, I've got time right now.
Oh, yeah.
Before dinner, or I don't know what it's going to look like. It was kind of this for sure yes here and a question over here. And I said, because I got to hang out with your brother and sister, I told them I watch a show and I have to make dinner. I was single parenting it that night. Ben was gone doing something. So I knew I was stretched.
Yeah.
And she said, okay. She didn't take me up on the offer like most kids don't, and we get through dinner and here I am getting closer to bedtime. I'm watching a show with the little ones and she's like, Mom, I have to do my homework. I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry. I can't help you right now. I'm doing something else. What? You said you would help me. I did say I'd help you right here. And I told you I didn't know if I could help you over here.
And now that we're here,
I can't. And she's just so frustrated. And the little ones you can see them getting closer and closer to me. Like, is she going to explode? What's going to happen? And, she throws out the classic, what kind of mother says they're going to do it and they don't? Dad would help me. I mean, she's just angry. She's trying. This is the hook that most parents fall for is the disrespect.
Yes.
Right here, the child throws disrespect on the table, and it is an invitation for you to participate, which when you participate, you validate that this is agreed
behavior,
culture, behavior that we will participate in together. So don't fall for it. And I said, honey, I love you, but I'm all done. And we can talk about it later if you like. She just kept going. And I went into the one-liners. She gets frustrated because she doesn't like hearing. I know, probably so, all that. She stomps her way up to her room. She calls her dad to complain to him about me. He gives her the same kind of response. Well, did she say she would help you? Yes, but she's not helping me. Well, did she say she could help me here? No, I didn't. So he's on my side because he's a smart man. He trusts me. And everyone goes to bed. I go in there. And she's cold shouldering me like crazy, mad dog face. She's upset. I said, honey, if you'd like to wake me up, I'm willing to get up early with you in the morning.
Wow.
But I don't want to work with you if you're going to be no fun.
Yeah.
All right. I love you. Silence. I'm like, okay, whatever. Next morning, guess what I'm woken up to? Is this little face peering at me. It's kind of creepy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little creepy.
Just had a meme yesterday. Said, why would I pay money to go to a haunted house when I can be woken up at 3 a.m. by a face right in my... Yeah.
It was pretty much that. And I'm like, hey, hi. And she says, hey, I'm sorry about... She says, hey, I'm sorry about last night. I really could use your help. I said, okay.
Come on.
Well, thanks for cleaning up your mess, honey. I'd love to help you. But this is holding my line, lots of disrespect, lots of all sorts of things.
Refusing to participate in it.
But, navigating what I'm going to do. That's important. So we'll talk about the tools I use in that in a moment, but we're going to go on to the next power struggle, which number 2, you guys wrote in, you talked about chores. So tell us about some chores.
My story is our children have quite a few chores. As you probably know, we have cows, we have horses, we have dogs, we have a cat, we have a garden, we have bees, and we have garbage and cleaning the kitchen and dishes and making beds. And so all the stuff we have extra, like you, we have extra because there's a lot of other mouths to feed and take care of. So, but in this context, our kids have a lot of chores. We call them contributions. Just to have a mindset of contributing to the home. We are contributors. This is our part. This is what we do. So our son, August, who is about to hit 9, he was on unloading the dishwasher. So the kids would rotate through. Arrow, he always gets a little bit of help still at 5 years old. He can set them up on the counter. I will take the glass plates and put them up
Lincoln
in the
did that
cupboards.
for a while.
Yeah,
he's graduated now.
Yeah, we don't want, he has graduated. August has graduated. Brooklyn is graduated. But Arrow needs a little bit of help so nothing gets broken like crazy. Yeah. But August, at this time, his job was to do a week of unload the dishwasher. And after that week, he's going to swap and do the garbage. And so the older kids would swap those two because Arrow couldn't carry out the garbage at this time either. He was smaller. But so August is just whining. Like he is whining out loud about the dishwasher.
There's something about whining.
I know.
So
it's the big red
painful.
button. It's that giant red button or the trigger. He's pulling the trigger. So he's just whining. And Lauren goes, hey, when do you switch from dishwasher to garbage? Because he's like, I want to do garbage. Can someone else do this? I don't want to do this anymore. He's just constant barrage. Okay, when do you switch? He's like, at the end of this week. She's like, do you want to switch at the end of this week? Yes, I want to switch now. She's like, okay, well, you've whined every day the whole entire time. So you got a couple days left or whatever in this week. But if you can't finish those off without whining, if you can't just do your job and not whine, I'm not going to let you switch. You're going to have to do it again next week. And I won't let, so we've talked about sometimes like, hey, it's okay. You don't actually have to do your chore. You can trade me chores.
Yep.
But Lauren's going, it's okay. You can whine if you want during your chore, but then you don't get to trade your chores.
It's going to keep on going.
It's just going to keep going. So she goes, you're welcome to do it. If you want to do it 3 weeks, you can. If you want to do 4,
that's terrifying for him.
I'm totally cool with that. Right. So she's like, she's refusing to engage at this level. She's like, I'm going to keep you in this thinking world, not this. You're full on in your feelings. I'm going to keep you in thinking. I'm going to pull you back in. So she's like, however long you want to do it, it's totally fine. But you get to keep doing it until you can do it without whining. And she just walks off and handles, does whatever she's doing. Tell you what, that boy stopped whining. I think she gave him 1 extra week. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to let you actually do it next week too. And so he had to demonstrate that he could go like
he could manage himself.
7-8 days without whining. And he did it. And now he knows, like, buddy, you're welcome to whine if you want. But here's what that means. We're not going to argue about it. We're not going to fight about it. We're not even going to really discuss it because now you're welcome to whine if you want, but you get to keep doing what causes you to whine until it no longer causes you to whine. And I said, way to go, Lauren. That was amazing.
To lead the charge on that one.
And now he just does it.
See, the getting rid of the whining is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful thing because nobody likes whining.
If you're looking for additional resources to become a powerful parent, then you need to check out the Loving on Purpose Life Academy. The Loving on Purpose Life Academy has courses like Parenting 101, Priority of Connection, and Parenting Sexuality. If you want to learn more about these courses, visit lovingonpurpose.com and click Courses today.
Next, number 3 power struggle that we heard was bedtime. Putting the kids to bed seems to be a struggle.
I love it. I love bedtime.
I like bedtime too.
So
I'm now in bed more before my own children.
Yeah.
But they're older.
Yeah, I am definitely in bed before Brooklyn. Yeah. This girl will stay up till 1 a.m. crafting. She'll literally be in her room crafting, listening to music. It's awesome. She makes the most amazing stuff at night, and we get to wake up to it in the morning.
Night owl, huh?
She is a night owl. August is a morning person. So August now he's not necessarily like he doesn't come out at bedtime. Here's what I found at bedtime that helps me a lot is if I'm not in a rush. Period.
Yeah.
If I'm in a rush, like I want you to be done in 5 minutes. I'll rush through my story. I'll rush through my prayer. I'm pressuring them. If I'm putting pressure on them through rushing, I've automatically set us all up for failure. So I've got to go in there with, this is all I have to do for the next however long.
30 minutes. It's the
30 minutes.
30 minutes of your life.
Because we're doing bathroom, we're doing teeth, we're flossing, we're doing all this stuff. You want a story? Good. But I know for me, I have to go into bedtime without any sort of, I'm in a hurry. Otherwise, I will automatically be in a bad spot. So, but when it comes to bedtime, so if I'm not in a hurry, I tell them a better story. I know it will go smoother and I can go do whatever I want to do. But I don't want to communicate to my kids I have something better to do, so hurry up and get in bed. Otherwise, I'm going to be mad at you or whatever. I don't want to communicate I have something better to do. No, I don't. I'm coming in there with the mindset of I just have this to do, and this is the best thing I can do. Anyway, with Arrow specifically, I just tell him like, hey, okay, it's bedtime. You guys are welcome to talk. You're welcome. Danny used to do, I don't want to see you, don't want to hear you. Otherwise, love you, bye.
Yep.
I say, you guys are, well, you're okay to talk, but I don't want to hear it. Like, you can talk to
Quiet
each
talk,
other, but
yeah.
you can't like scream at each other, yell at each other.
No wrestling.
No wrestling, no fighting. But I said, and you're also willing to come. You're okay to come out.
Mhm.
I'm willing for you to come out. I'm okay with you come out. So I tell Arrow, I said, buddy, because we have the cows,
Mhm.
right? And sometimes we let them into the yard, so they're kind of where he can play with them. He loves his cows. So I'm like, buddy, the cows were in the yard recently. So if you come out, you and I can go outside, and there's a lot of large poop to scoop. So you can come on out if you want, but we're going to go scoop the cow poop, those giant piles. And I just leave it at that. Like, you can come out. I'm not in a hurry. I'm okay if you come out, and I'm ready to go scoop poop with you.
Yeah.
But it's not just going to be dog poop. This is cow poop.
This is real poop.
I make sure he understands that this is legit dumps he's got to get. And so he pretty much stays in. He's come out.
I was there. We had a conference, and I was there when he was having a hard night.
He was having a hard night.
He wanted out.
Did we go? What did we do?
I think you had a conversation with him, and it was really August that didn't want to talk.
Oh.
And so August ended up on the couch while Arrow was by himself in the room.
Yeah, they used to have a little bit of trouble at bedtime where they would kind of
one wanted to go to sleep, the other one didn't.
Yeah, August is trying to go to sleep. Yeah. Arrow's trying to talk, so August is getting mad.
You had a similar plan, it was adjusted because it was different.
Yeah, so for Arrow in that context, it was like, hey, buddy, if you want August to sleep in your room, you can't talk to him.
Which he really wanted.
He really wanted August to sleep in his room. He didn't want him gone. He didn't want to be by himself. Mm-hmm. But he also wanted to talk the whole time. So we would just bring August out for a few minutes. He would lay on the couch.
Yeah,
Arrow would adjust, and then we go, hey, buddy, you ready for August to come back in? Yes. Okay, he's coming back in. Yeah. But this one with Arrow as well, it's, hey.
So how many times does he clean up cow poop?
One time.
One time, yeah. It's usually just one time.
It's one time.
Yeah.
And it's really good if it's like raining or bad weather.
That's got to be hard to clean up.
It's hard to clean up cow poop, period, because it's a pie. And if it's not a hardened pie, it's really hard. But if it's raining on a pie that's not hardened already, it's really nasty. Yeah. And so he didn't have to clean that up in the rain, but he had to clean it up one time. And he doesn't come out.
Yeah. Like a similar story for Lincoln. I mean, we've had are you tired or you need something to do? Because same idea.
Yeah.
Don't
rush it. You ready for bed or do you want to scoop some more poop? Yeah.
So if you come out, the bedtime is bedtime. And if you're not tired, then you must need something to do. Mm-hmm. Which the girls have both experienced. Not that we didn't have cow pies. We still don't have cow pies.
Yet.
It's a longing of my heart.
You're going to get cow pies.
I want cows. But at that time, we had something.
Do we have any kind of like Venmo or donation that people could sew into your cow? Maybe I just throw it out there so I can get Brittany her cow. Listen, message me on Instagram. We can have a conversation. Brittany needs a cow real bad.
I need cow pie stories.
Yes, you do.
But the girls have all experienced.
Don't edit that out.
The girls have all experienced tired or need something to do. So one did laundry once, one did sweeping the garage, another one's washed baseboards. Lincoln is new to are you tired or you need something to do? And he's in bed and he starts yelling for us downstairs. Mom, Dad, Mom. And then we holler back up, buddy, are you tired or do you need something to do? And that's all we said. And the girls, they were sleeping in their own rooms, but their rooms were close together.
I love it so much.
The girls yell, Lincoln, you're tired.
Because they know what's coming.
Because culture has said, don't do it. Back away from the cliff.
Learn from our mistakes, not your own.
You don't want to go outside.
Brother.
It's cold. But it's the same idea. Setting a boundary. I don't mind if you get up, but this is what your options are.
I will allow you to do what I don't want you to do because I have a consequence ready for you that you will not want to do.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go through our 3 kind of favorite tools that we use in each story. For homework, I think when disrespect gets thrown at you, using those one-liners so you don't play into the hook.
I know. Probably so. That could be. I don't know. Nice try.
Right. And making sure you leave sarcasm at the door because it's just candy-coated disrespect. I think that's a really big one. And then, like in the story, I reconnected with Delaney, trying to tell her that I have hope to help her. I want to help her, but I do require that we clean up this mess. Because that exchange wasn't fun. So being able to meet her at a different time, even though she's not wanting to
giving her a
participate.
chance to rebuild what she broke, or
totally
clean up the
reconnect,
mess and,
all of that. And it's not punishment because she was disrespectful. I wasn't punishing her with not offering the next day. I want to see her successful.
Yes.
So those are my favorite tools in that story. I don't know if you have one for homework type of thing, or what you would use. But
no, the homework struggle I'm having, which is homeschool struggle with August, is more it's very much around connection for him. So it's not a tool of like, for him specifically, he's the only one I'm having a little bit of trouble with. It's very much that whole like, he needs me to ask him questions to get him out of his, I don't feel smart enough to do this. This is hard. I'm distracted. So for him right now, my tool is I need to make sure he's connected, and I'm asking him questions to help him mentally sort of overcome.
Yeah.
There's not
bringing a confidence.
I'm not bringing any consequence to him right now for any of it. It's more I'm helping him
rise up.
I'm asking him questions to help him see, oh, I actually can do this. Hey, if the reason you got that wrong was because you rushed and you didn't actually read the question. If you were to read that question,
you're so smart.
Could you get this? And he's like, yes, and da da da. So so ours is more of like a logically thinking through, talking through / connecting is our tool for homework right now.
That's great. I did Addie. We started the year with I don't care about how many you got wrong, how many you get right. I care about how you treat Addie. I mean, tears.
Come on. Wait.
Tears.
Hey, Addie, I care about how you treat Addie.
Yeah.
Powerful statement. Parents, listen to that one. Whoa.
And because I know her struggles, same thing. And so just leaning into your success is so much more than whatever grade you might get on this piece of paper.
Yeah.
Because I know your ability to be kind to yourself, to know how to find confidence, to know how to find truth is going to be so much more impactful for you here than remembering what a predicate is.
Exactly.
So I want to work on that. We'll get to the predicate.
Yeah.
But I want to work on this because this is going to shape who you are for the long term.
Yeah.
And she wrote on her
And you can
journal,
get the predicates and have a whole bunch of self-hatred the rest of your life that you need therapy for and work through.
Way more expensive.
Way more expensive
than a grammar booklet on Amazon.
Exactly.
But she wrote on her notebook, "I am smart." After we did that, and so she sees it every day when she opens it up.
I love this.
It's great. So that is my kind of homework story as well with an emotional kid.
Yeah.
What about chores with August? I mean, you kind of talked about it a little bit, but Lauren's.
Yeah. It's for one, having the plan, having the consequence.
Plan is so good.
The plan keeps you from meeting them at their level, which we would say keeps you from feeling super powerless and keeps you from getting angry, because anger is fake power and all of that. So when they're whining and pushing the button and you're feeling like your nerves are fried, having the plan keeps you from going to that level and you saying, hey, cool. Yeah. You're welcome to keep whining, and you're also welcome to continue doing this same chore until you can do it without whining.
Yeah. I think the big check is the punishment piece, paying attention to, am I trying to make them feel the pain that I've been feeling?
Yes.
That's not the lesson. The lesson is for them really to manage themselves.
Yes.
And the impact they have around the family.
Yeah, regain control of yourself here. Don't let your dislike of this particular chore decide how you communicate it to everyone around you. You regain control of you. We know you don't like it. Everybody knows you don't like it. None of us like it, if we're honest.
You be in charge of your joy, your love, all that.
You be in charge of what's coming out of your mouth and what's rattling around in your heart with this, and then you can move on.
I loved what you talked about before, the rush factor.
Yeah.
I get why we rush. It's because we're tired.
Yes.
I'm tired. I'm ready to be done.
Yes.
I don't want to be here anymore. I want to be checked out. I want to
go lay in bed and look at Instagram memes.
I just want to not have someone needing me.
Mm-hmm.
I get all that. I do feel like 100% of the time when we rush the process, it takes twice as long.
I think we're going to do an episode on this. I've really been on this lately, preaching sermons, talking to parents about this. The word evil in the Greek language, like when Jesus said in the Lord's Prayer, deliver us from evil. Some translations say deliver us from the evil one. It means to be pressed and harassed by labors. It's not deliver us from Satan. It's not deliver us from the devil. It's not deliver us from the accuser. It's deliver us from being pressed and harassed by labors. Like you need to do this, like pressing, harassing, rushing. It has an element of rushing, hurrying. And so I was like, I mean, I shared a little clip somewhere recently where I said, we wonder why so many kids struggle to go to sleep, but we're the ones that rushed them to bed, not realizing we were welcoming evil. We're introducing evil to press and harass them and rush them and hurry them. And like, I have something better to do than be here with you right now. I'm out of here. We've just introduced evil into their room right before they try to go down to sleep. And
I think we're going to definitely have to talk about
We're going to have to definitely talk about it. Like sometimes we don't understand the spiritual realities that we're, it's like I refuse to partner with disrespect. Why? Because you're partnering with a spiritual reality as well. You're not just having a tone of voice. You're not just having a conversation. There's spiritual reality that you come into partnership with when you start disrespecting and talking in a certain way, where this is similar. Is like, wow, you've brought in spiritual evil into your kid's room, right? And then good night, stay in bed, see you tomorrow. And when we wonder why they're having nightmares, why they can't sleep, why they like, oh, we got in a hurry. We got in a rush. We'll definitely talk about it more.
Yeah, I would say that we gave you a teaser for what's to come
at some point.
But these are the power struggles. Again, being aware of when that tension starts to grow, what your triggers are to engage in disrespect, what your triggers are to engage in giving permission to play a tug of war that's happening with your kids. So remember to stay powerful.
And have your plan. So when the trigger gets pulled, out comes your plan.
Exactly.
Not punishment, not attack, not disrespect. The plan comes out.
The plan and being prepared. You can't usually create a plan very well in the moment where you're having the power struggle. So this is why you're practicing before that moment happens. But yeah, we're taking down power struggles and having powerful parents and really just championing you guys to lean in. Don't rush. Take your time. See what the need is, and if there's a consequence or reconnect. These tools are designed to help you be successful and bring your family together closer.
Yeah.
So,
which is what we
believe
want.
in you, and you've got this.
You got it.
And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. Never miss an episode of the Coffee Kids and Crazy podcast by subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or watch it on the Loving on Purpose YouTube channel. That's it for this episode. We'll see you next time.